Welcome back to Mr. LaBelle's Math Show. Today, on Monday, the 24th of February, we're going to be applying the estimating skills that you were practicing last week, and we are going to be looking at inverse operations, and I'll get a little bit more into that when we get to that part of the homework. So, this is very much a real-life problem. Samantha buys 6 oranges from her local fruit shop. The oranges cost 49 pence each. The shopkeeper tells her she needs to pay £4. Now, Samantha thinks that might be wrong. How can she quickly check? We're going to go through the steps, and you're going to take a look at the different instructions on how to help Samantha use her estimating skills to see if the maths can be easier. Okay? She rounds, for this case, 49 pence up to 50 pence. She knows estimating 6 oranges at 50 pence. Well, then she can quickly add those together. That sounds like £3. So, aha! The shopkeeper is trying to trick her out of £1 from her money. He's probably doing so because he thinks that she's a little girl and that she does not know how to do maths, which is a very, very big mistake because all of you, like Samantha, understand how to do maths. Okay, so you're going to work through each of the steps and then follow the instructions. Okay? And as you go through, you will see lots of potential real-life word problems that you guys can use your estimating skills to see if you can get an idea about what the answer is going to be. And remember, estimating is an educated guess. You're thinking carefully, you're using little tricks to help you. It doesn't have to be exactly right, but you want to get as close as possible. So in this case, Sean is buying 10 magazines. Each of them are worth £1.95. You could round that up to around £2 and get an idea about how much it's going to be. You're going to work through each of the different questions and learn how estimating can save us time and effort. Okay? So you just click on Next in order to make sure that you know what the question is asking, and then you can answer the question. Now, eventually, you're going to get to this part, which is something we've talked about before, but we haven't talked about it recently in class. The words are inverse operation, okay? How to perform an inverse operation. Now, you guys know that inverses are a bit like opposites. So, for example, the inverse operation of addition is subtraction. Addition, subtraction. Knowing what we know about multiplication and division, we can figure out that the inverse operation of multiplication is division. Multiplication and division. And we can use our knowledge of inverse operations to help check for our work. Okay? We can undo an operation, then you can get back to where you started. And if you get back to where you started, then you know you have done the correct calculation. So, for example, 9 minus 6 equals 3. Well, I can switch those around, and I can use the inverse of subtraction, or minus, and say 6 plus 3 equals what? The answer would be 9. Okay? So you're going to practice just doing some of these inverse operations, and then work through some word problems that involve inverse operations in order to check your work, in order to check to see that your calculations are correct. Because if we can use the inverse to check our work, we can then make sure that we have made the right calculation, because when we switch the numbers and the operation around, the numbers in the operation should all fit back into place. Okay? So, you can also extend this work. A lot of these numbers are quite small. If you want to try some more trickier, or the trickiest inverse operations, then you could use a Google Doc to create an operation, or you could use a slide to create an operation that involves 2 digits, or even 3 digits, or 4 digits. Add the two together and find the answer, and then take away one of the numbers away from your answer to find the inverse and check your work to make sure that your calculations are correct. So if anybody would like to have a go at using more complex numbers, like 3 digit and 4 digit numbers, we would love to see it. And you could really show and demonstrate to us that you understand inverse and you understand how to switch the operation and the numbers around in order to check your work. Okay? There we go. So then when you get done your homework, make sure that you submit your homework and just mark as done when you go to the homework. So you do the lesson first, then you go to the homework, and once you have gone to the homework, then you guys can then complete the 2 questions on your homework sheet, mark it and submit it, and we can see how well you did. Okay? Keep the good work, guys. It's great talking to you. We're all really enjoying talking to our students on Meet. I'm looking forward to seeing you at 11 a.m. today. I will send the link through to our Meet when about 10:55, 5 minutes to 11, or around 11, so that we can all again log on at the same time. If anybody's having any trouble, I know that some children have had trouble because they were using Internet Explorer. The best browser to use is Chrome, okay? And that way Chrome can get you linked directly into Google. You go to google.com, sign in using your H student number with your password, and once you're signed in to Google, then everything that you do will be automatic. You can then go to your Google Classroom, and once you are in your Google Classroom and we have the links online for our meets, you simply click on the meet because you've already signed in to Google and you're in Google Classroom. You click on the link and it'll take you directly to our meet. If anybody has any questions or cannot get on Meet, please make sure you contact me, okay? Good luck, and I'll see you at 11.